So I'm just laying down right now because I just got done cooking. I cooked for like a couple hours. And I have plantar fasciitis, so I am really in dire need of laying down, and that's what I'm doing. But of course I've got my, where are the other two? They're probably down on the ground. My dogs, my TV, my windows drawn because it's hot out. The people came, they're here. That's why I cooked. I made chicken and rice with a bag of frozen vegetables, peas and carrots in the chicken and rice. So here's how I did it. I did the, the regular, saute the onions and garlic, add the chicken, and like half cup of oil, and just, toss and turn, and get your tomato paste and your water out, because I was out of everything else, and mixture up a batch. After you mix up a batch, add a couple of Knorr, like a tablespoon of Knorr, seasoning, and then, let's see, you're good to go, Oh, I want to do this with closed captioning for the hearing impaired. So, I cleaned my room. Oh, I'm so tired. Alright, and I need a curtain for that because that's a Little Mermaid towel. So yeah, what can I say? We're in full swing. Summer's in full swing, and here we are. That's the hanger from my dress I'm wearing. I mean, you can't be perfect. Can't always be perfect. But yeah, it's pretty dark in here because it's hot. That light, it's pretty hot. I have heat sensitivity because I have an autoimmune disease. So I have to lay down because, I cooked 2 batches of chicken, 1 batch of, so I sauteed that batch of chicken also. And I was working with an entire bag of frozen chicken. So I took it out, rinsed it, put it in water, let it sit for a minute till, thawed. That took about 10 minutes, maybe 20, and then, because I had to go out to the back to get the food from the freezer. We have a freezer in our garage. So then, I made a batch of rice and beans. I'm sure I've made videos on that before, so you'll have to look me up on across all social media because I post everywhere, not just YouTube. I'm like fanatically on Facebook, fanatically on Instagram. Well, a little bit less on Instagram than I am on Facebook. So yeah. Anyways, so I made a batch of chicken. I made a 2 cups of rice, white rice, mixed with 1 can of black beans that were already seasoned. I forget, I think it was Sara Lee. They have a very good canned black beans, like, canned with like different little seasonings in it. So good when you mix it with like, if you use a rice cooker, you can mix it with like a pot of white rice, or you could use any kind of rice. You could even use basmati, and it tastes so good. Yeah, you just pop it. Today I used it's extra small. That was so funny. I used an extra small, like rice cooker, like the smallest that you could get probably. Oh no, actually that one broke and then I got the next size up. So the next size up, which is still pretty small, I used 2 cups of rice, 1 can of beans, and it overflowed. But not to worry because it still was able to cook it through. So, I mean, it got a little messy because I had to pour the water in, and the water that it needed had like gone over the line where you put the lid on, right? The last line where it like it becomes a lip, and so yeah, it went over. So when it started to boil, like I had to open it and then let some of the steam out and then close it again. But by then, like the boiling part of it had subsided. So I mean, in a normal circumstance, under normal circumstances, you would never let the steam out of a rice cooker. But like in this particular case, it called for it. Nothing happened. All that happened was I had, luckily I had set it over the stove, the those stove railings that they have there. What are those called? It's like, anyway, the stovetop. So I set it on that, on those iron grill, and then I used the back plug because the plug that I plugged the stove in. This house is really weird and old, and I'm surprised that the plugs are that high. But it is what it is. So we did that. Made a couple batches of chicken and some rice and beans. So I have this box of s'mores I want to make for the kids. Probably not today because I'm pooped. And then I have another box of like, they're like marshmallow balls, but they're cake balls. So I want to make those. And then, but I have to get some white chocolate for that because I ate the one that came in the box. I mean, I opened it and it was like, what the big giant bar of chocolate, white chocolate. I was like, oh heck no, and I ate it. So yeah, it's 2/19, Tuesday, July 7. A month after my son turned 34. Yeah, I still can't believe I have a child that's 34 years old, and I'm like, can't believe I made it. 50, and I can't believe I made it. So yeah, I have plantar fasciitis. My feet hurt so bad. I can't go get a pedicure because my autoimmune disease, I heal slowly and I have sweet blood, so I'm constantly being bit by something. So I'm constantly healing and I'm constantly a slow healer, so can't go get my nails done. But I cleaned my closet and it looks pretty good. And Lily and Daisy, of course, never leave my side. Like, literally ever. Oh my god, Lily got attacked by the cat today. Hunter was in the closet because we've got visiting family from Atlanta. And Hunter was hiding in the closet, and Lily went in there and she freaking got attacked.